السلام عليكم ورحمة الله، كيف حالك؟
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنا بخير والحمد لله.
ما شاء الله، كيف كان يومك؟
آمم آآ
كان
كا
يومي
كا كان
وعليكم
يومك
السلام،
جيد.
كان يومي جيدًا،
كان يومي جيدًا.
نعم، وماذا هل عملت اليوم؟ هل ذهبت إلى العمل؟
أنا سافرت بالسيارة إلى العمل.
ما شاء الله، ومتى أو هل استيقظت مبكرًا أم متأخرًا؟ هل استيقظت مبكرًا مثلًا قبل الفجر أم استيقظت متأخرًا؟
متأخرًا
متأخرًا، مبكرًا مثلًا عند الفجر، مبكرًا مثلًا
مبكرًا فجري.
هل استيقظت مبكرًا أم متأخرًا؟
آآ
مبكرًا تعني early نعم،
نعم
والعكس متأخرًا، عكس opposite متأخرًا ما معنى متأخرًا؟
is later.
نعم
متأخرًا
late
is after.
نعم. هل استيقظت مبكرًا أم متأخرًا اليوم؟
آآ متأخرًا اليوم.
ما شاء الله. هل أنت تستيقظ هل أنت تستيقظ مبكرًا أم متأخرًا عادةً؟ عادةً normally
آآ
تمام. أستيقظ متأخرًا، أستيقظ مبكرًا عادةً. عادةً تعني كل يوم.
كل يوم. ما أنا
أستيقظ
أستيقظ
مبكرًا أم متأخرًا كل يوم؟
أفتح متبخرا أستيقظ آآ
مبكرًا،
متأخرًا.
متأخرًا.
نعم. لا
تمام.
أعرف. I don't know. So I got
أستيقظ
I got what you're saying. You're saying, "Do you wake up?" You wake up, but
نعم.
is it something before or after?
لا، لا، لأ. مبكرًا early متأخرًا late.
Later.
late
Okay.
just
Uh,
late. نعم.
oh,
أنا أستيقظ مبكرًا كل يوم. أنا أستيقظ متأخرًا كل يوم.
متأخرًا. So I'll wake up very early indeed.
أستيقظ
أستيقظ
مبكرًا جدًا.
آآ أستيقظ مبكرًا جدًا.
نعم. كل يوم، كل يوم
آآ كل يوم نعم. آآ before فجر.
قبل الفجر. أستيقظ قبل الفجر
أستيقظ
كل يوم،
قبل الفجر
كل يوم.
كل يوم.
أو عادةً، عادةً يعني normally
عادةً
أستيقظ قبل الفجر عادةً.
قبل الفجر. طيب.
وماذا عنك يا عبد الله؟ السلام عليكم،
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله.
كيف كان يومك؟
أنا مارد. so
أنت مريض.
نعم.
سبحان الله، شفاك الله.
آمين.
نعم. بما تشعر اليوم؟ بما تشعر؟ أجِب. أنا أشعر.
أنا أشعر متعب.
وأنا ما شاء الله، أنا مُتعب. أنا مُتعب.
متعب.
نعم، أنا مُتعب، لأننا نقول أنا أشعر بالتعب. So let's just say أنا مُتعب اليوم.
نعم.
كم وجبةً أكلت في اليوم؟ كم وجبةً؟ وجبةً is a meal. كم
نعم.
وجبةً أكلت؟
آه، لا أدري لغة العربية.
وجبةً ها؟ ما أكلت اليوم؟
No, no, I ate, but I don't know how to say it in Arabic.
أكلت
أكلت
وجبةً واحدة، وجبتين،
أو وجبتين. أكلت وجبتين.
وجبتين.
نعم.
ما شاء الله. وهل خرجت من البيت اليوم؟
لا.
هل خرجت؟
لا.
نعم. بقيت إذًا، بقيت في البيت.
أنا بقيت في البيت.
نعم.
نعم.
أنت بقيت في البيت، صحيح؟
نعم. نعم.
وهل استيقظت مبكرًا أم متأخرًا اليوم؟
ما معنى
استيقظت.
متأخر؟
ما معنى مبكر؟
مبكر is early.
نعم.
so نعم.
العكس، عكسه متأخرًا. عكس يعني opposite.
نعم.
عكسه is opposite متأخرًا. So أنا استيقظت مبكرًا أو أنا استيقظت متأخرًا اليوم.
أنا
استيقظت.
استيقظت مبكرا، ولكن I'm about to sleep.
نعم. نمت مرةً نعم، نمت مرةً أخرى بعد ذلك.
نعم. نمت مرة
مرةً أخرى بعد ذلك.
مرة أخرى على ذلك.
بعد ذلك
بعد
after that.
ذلك.
ما
نعم.
معنى يا حبيب مرةً أخرى؟ نمت
آه،
مرةً أخرى.
مرة أخرى. م، لا أعرف.
نعم، حسنًا.
مر
يا عبد الله، هل تعرف ما معنى مرةً أخرى؟
بالإنجليزية
نعم.
another time.
نعم. So استيقظت استيقظت I woke up. نعم، مبكرًا جدًا، ونمت مرةً أخرى. So and then I slept another time بعد ذلك. Or I slept again. نعم. السلام عليكم يا عبد الله، كيف حالك؟ يا عبد الله من كينيا.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنا بخير والحمد لله، وأنت؟
الحمد لله. كيف كان يومك اليوم؟
يومي جيد.
ما شاء الله. وبما تشعر اليوم؟ أنا just say أنا واختر
أنا
شيئًا.
أشرب
أنا؟
أنا أشرب الماء.
آه. هل
Can you hear me؟
نعم.
أنا أشرب الماء.
بما تشعر how do you feel؟ بما تشعر؟
أوه. آه،
قُل أنا سعيد، أنا
أنا
حزين، أنا
أنا
غاضب.
سعيد.
ما
أنا
شاء الله،
سعيد.
ما شاء الله. وكم وجبةً أكلت في اليوم؟ هل تعرف ما معنى وجبةً؟
لا أعرف.
يا حبيب، هل يمكنك أن تترجم هذه الكلمة إلى الإنجليزية؟ وجبةً.
وجبة.
ما معنى وجبةً؟
وجبة.
كم وجبةً أكلت في اليوم؟
How did you feel at home?
لا، لا، لا. أكلت، ما معنى أكلت؟ أكلت.
أكلت to eat. What did I
نعم.
eat? Yeah, what did you eat?
انتظر، انتظر. عبد الله من تورونتو، ما
اهم.
معنى كم وجبةً أكلت في اليوم؟
How many meals did you eat today?
نعم. وجبةً
اهم.
يعني meals. So كم وجبةً أكلت
اهم.
اليوم يا عبد الله؟
صحيح
وجبة
فهمت.
وجبةً
اهم.
واحدة، وجبتان، وجبتين أو أكثر من ذلك؟
وجبة 3 اليوم.
So 3 وجبات.
3
الله!
وجبات في
أكلت جيدًا اليوم إذًا. هل هل طبخت الطعام؟ هل أنت طبخت اليوم؟ To cook. Did you cook?
لا، لا.
من طبخ إذًا؟ من طبخ؟
آآ who cooked? That is who cooked.
نعم، نعم. من طبخ؟
اهم. طبخت آآ أختي.
ما شاء الله. طبخت، طبخت أختي.
طبخت أختي.
نعم، طبخت. نعم، حسنًا. آمم، وهل استيقظت مبكرًا أم متأخرًا اليوم؟
ما معنى
يا
مس
عبد الله
نعم.
يا عبد الله، من تورنتو، هل يمكنك أن تترجم هذه الكلمة إلى الإنجليزية؟ تترجم يعني to translate. هل يمكنك أن
اهم.
تترجم هذه الكلمة إلى الإنجليزية لو
نعم.
سمحت؟
Did you wake up early today? Or
إمم. إمم.
I would say like later or late.
late.
نعم.
هل استيقظت يا عبد الله من كينيا، هل استيقظت
اهم.
مبكرًا أم متأخرًا اليوم؟
استيقظت متبكرًا.
مبكرًا، مبكرًا.
مبكرًا.
نعم. هل تستيقظ، هل تستيقظ that means do you wake up. هل
اهم.
استيقظت؟ نعم، استيقظت what does it mean? It means did you wake up.
اهم.
تستيقظ do you wake up.
اهم.
انتظر second. نعم. هل تستيقظ، هل تستيقظ مبكرًا أم متأخرًا كل يوم؟ So أنا أستيقظ، أنت
أنا
تستيقظ.
أستيقظ
نعم،
أنا أستيقظ مبكرًا كل يوم.
ما شاء الله. يمكنك أن تقول you can say عادةً أيضًا. ما معنى عادةً يا حبيب؟
عادةً.
نعم.
أمانة عادةً.
هل يمكنك أن تترجم هذه الكلمة إلى الإنجليزية؟ عادةً. So هل أنت تستيقظ مبكرًا أم متأخرًا عادةً؟ عادةً تعني كل يوم.
كل يوم.
اهم.
like مثلًا أنا أذهب إلى العمل عادةً في الصباح. من يعرف ما
اهم.
معنى عادةً؟ يا عبد
آآ
الله من نعم؟
Normally.
إمم، نعم. ما معنى يا عبد الله من كينيا، هل أنت تستيقظ مبكرًا أم متأخرًا عادةً؟ عادةً normally هل أنت تستيقظ do you wake up فهمت؟
نعم، فهمت. Do you
نعم،
wake up normally?
نعم. هل أنت
Absolutely.
تستيقظ مبكرًا أم
اهم،
متأخرًا عادةً
اهم،
أو كل يوم؟
اهم. أستيقظ أستيقظ مب مبكر كل يوم،
مبكرًا.
مبكرًا عادة
عادةً، عادةً.
عادةً.
نعم. It's a similar meaning to say كل يوم every day
اهم،
عادةً normally. Does that make sense? So I
اهم،
wake up like early normally. Or I wake up early every day.
اهم،
نعم.
اهم.
يا حبيب هل هل ما زلت على الحمية؟
على الهمة
نعم. أنت لا تأكل كثيرًا كل يوم، أليس كذلك؟
أنت تأكل
أنت لا تأكل كثيرًا كل يوم.
آآ كيف تقول بالعربي؟
أنت لا تأكل، ما معنى تأكل؟ أنت لا تأكل،
إ
لا تأكل ممكن.
ما معنى أنت لا تأكل كثيرًا في اليوم. You don't eat a lot in a day.
نعم،
صحيح؟ لأنك على
لأنك
على الحمية.
إم إم حميتي.
على الحمية. نعم. لا تأكل كثيرًا في اليوم، كل يوم، لأنك على الحمية.
على
هل هذا
الهمة.
صحيح؟
آآ لا صحيح. حميتي ما معنى على الحمية؟
من يعرف ما معنى
حميتي على الهمة.
نعم، ما معنى يا عبد الله من تورونتو،
لا أدري.
يا عبد الله من كينيا؟
إمم. لا، ما أعرف.
حسنًا. أنا هل تعرف ما معنى سمين؟
لا،
سمين، لا تعرف؟
لا.
أوكي.
لا.
أنا لا آكل كثيرًا كل يوم لأنني على الحمية. I'm on a diet.
اهم،
على
نعم، لا آكل
الحماية.
كثيرًا كل يوم أو عادةً لأنني على الحمية. نعم.
حميتي.
يا حبيب هل أنت
إمم.
ما زلت ما زلت are you still هل
ل
أنت ما زلت على الحمية؟
لا،
أنت so ليس ولست على
ليس
الحمية، لست على الحمية.
لست على الحمية.
ما شاء الله. الحمد لله. هيا نستمر في الدرس إذن. Okay, let's start with the lesson. Yes? I want to add some
اهم،
more stuff for you, brothers, inshallah. Um, but I just want to get also strong with what we're saying at the moment. What I would like, when I was reviewing back the lessons, when you guys are just having conversations between each other, I was thinking it's probably unnatural for you to say, like, sometimes you're getting stuck in the conversation, and then you might just say, for
اهم،
example, nasitu. But sometimes that doesn't
Mhm.
make sense, so we need to think about some different ways to convey that, like we're confused, or we don't understand,
Mhm.
or can you repeat the question, or I'm not good at this
Mhm.
subject. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Because if, for
نعم.
example, I said to you, "Are you married?" And then you said,
Mhm.
and then you were confused and you don't know what to say, and you forgot what to say, and then you said
Mhm.
"nasitu," your response would be like, "Oh,
Mhm.
Abdullah, are you married?" And you're like, "Oh, I forgot." So that wouldn't make a lot of sense, right?
Mhm.
Or, "Do you have children?" "Oh, I forgot." Right? So
Mhm.
inshallah, we'll try to maybe add some little phrases that we can memorize. You know how you said, for example, Habib, you know how to say this, right? Like, how do you say I'm a beginner in the Arabic language? So correct my
Oh,
mistakes.
حديث أنا being أنا مبتدئ في اللغة العربية فصححني أخطأت
Yeah, إذا أخطأت.
إذا
If
أخطأت.
if I'm like made a mistake, right? So I think
Yeah.
we need to have some more of these memorized so that when we get confused, you can at least just say,
Mhm.
"Oh, I'm sorry, brother, I'm confused. I don't understand the language very well." And then you could say, "Would you
Mhm.
like to ask? Could you ask me a different question?" Or
Mhm.
"Could you ask me again?" Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So we'll have a look at that. Cool. I've added something like this, but I don't think we'll not go over that because it's quite long. Okay, cool. You guys want to go over the script?
Mhm.
Who wants to go first?
Yes.
Or do you want me to just pick somebody?
I can go first.
So Abdullah, who wants to go with Abdullah?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, brother Habib. Just a second. Perfect. Okay, cool. Let's go over these, inshallah, and then I'll explain some of the new stuff that I've added. I know we've read over this many times before, but it's still useful to refresh your mind because you guys may not have revised since we last did a
Mm.
lesson. Okay, so Bismillah.
السلام
السلام
عليكم.
Yeah, Habib, you can
عليكم
start.
السلام.
السلام عليكم أخي كيف حالك؟
وعليكم السلام. أنا بخير والحمد لله. وكيف حالك أنت؟
أنا بخير والحمد لله.
Well, I want you to say this now, okay? This is a very similar meaning.
Mhm.
Right.
تشرفت بلقائك. You
I-
can just say either of these, okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
تشرف
تشرفت بلقائك.
تشرفت بلقائك يا أخي.
يا أخي الكريم. Yeah, that's if you want to be like,
يا أخي
that's like,
الكريم.
"Oh, my noble brother," or something, it's like very
Mhm.
polite thing to say. And then you could reply with this if you want.
أنا مسرور بلقائك.
Okay, so just another way of saying
Or
something
you
different. If you hear somebody say that, then you won't be too confused.
Mhm.
You can choose either one. Is there a question?
Yeah, so we could say use the other one we were using last time. وأنا كذلك.
What is that? What ما معنى وأنا كذلك?
Likewise.
Yeah. Or you can say أهلا وسهلا or whatever, but likewise, just a simple way to say well, وأنا كذلك. You're just reflecting. So
Mhm.
any time when you can say likewise as a response,
Mhm.
then you can use that. Does that make sense? So it's not a reply like
نعم.
assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. It's just you saying, oh, likewise. It's just you're reflecting back the same thing that they said.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
نعم. نعم.
Let's read over this. Okay,
Mhm.
this is quite a lot. I just added it last night just because I thought it might be fun. Um, can you read it, please, Habib, and then we'll try to translate it.
Yeah. That is سأحاول أن أتحدث بشكل جيدا، لكن سامحني لو أخطأت وأرجو أن
أرجو.
Oh, sorry. وأرجو أن تصحح أخطائي عندما أخطئ وأنا كذلك.
This is not the same. This is
Oh,
a different. Okay.
Mhm.
Can anyone make any sense of this right now?
Mhm.
You can try to translate. Does anyone know what ما معنى أحاول? Okay, this is an important verb. This means to try.
Mhm.
مثلا أنا أحاول أن أتحدث بالعربية كل يوم. أنا أحاول أن أتحدث العربية كل يوم. أنا أحاول أن أمارس. I try to practice العربية
Mhm.
كل يوم. أنا أحاول أن أدرس اللغة العربية كل يوم. أحاول. نعم. Okay,
Mhm.
سأحاول أن أتحدث. Has anyone seen this when we say this is a verb, then this,
Mhm.
and then another verb? Are you guys familiar with this at all?
Mm.
Say yes
I've
or no.
seen it in the Quran.
Okay, Habib,
not familiar with that, no.
Abdullah.
Mm.
I think I've seen it before, but I'm not sure.
Okay, this is the way that you can link two verbs together. Okay, it's not always used in every single context, but if you say like, "I try to," and then an action, you can't just
Mhm.
say. You need to put the word basically "to" in between it. So this is "to."
Mhm.
Right? Like I try to eat healthy every day. I try to exercise every day. I try to
Mhm.
read every day. I try to work every day. Whatever it might be. If you need to put two verbs together, this is a way you can do it. It's not used
Mhm.
in every single circumstance, but what then happens is you see how this verb has a dhamma.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, أحاول أذهب you know آكل أخرج. Okay, they normally end like a dhamma, like this. Not every single verb, but like this. It's normal. If you put an, then the verb after it would be mansub. So it would take a fatha at the end of it. So atahaddathu is the word, it's normally like this. Okay, why are we
Mhm.
putting a fatha here? Because we put an. Okay, what does atahaddath mean? Anybody?
Um, Maybe to narrate.
No, that's a little bit different. This means just to speak,
Mhm. Okay.
right? Or to atakallam, similar. Okay, so what does this mean? I try or I will try. Have you guys seen if you put a scene with a fatha at the
Mhm.
beginning of a verb, what does that do?
You will try, like you're going to try.
Yes. So if we don't
Mhm.
have like a future tense in Arabic, there's just various ways that
Mhm.
you can say I will go.
Mhm.
Okay? This is
Mhm.
one of the ways. So what you're saying is I will try to speak
Mhm.
بشكل جيد. What does جيد mean?
Uh,
You
Sorry?
a lot.
well, is it
Oh, that's sorry?
uh
Yes,
would it be
جيد.
well
Yes,
nicely?
جيد. Okay? So then this basically means I'll try to speak in a good manner.
Mhm.
I'll try to speak in a good way, like not manners as in like manners, but like in a good. I'll try to speak well. Okay.
Mhm.
سأحاول
Yes.
أن أتحدث بشكل جيد. لكن سامحني. Does anyone know what سامحني means?
Maybe forgive me or pardon me.
Yes. So what does لكن mean?
But
Yes. So but سامحني, forgive me. لو أخطأت.
mhm,
What does that mean?
if I make
It's
a
similar.
mistake.
Yes. Very good. So you can say إذا أخطأت, Remember how you said here either
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm.
if I make a mistake or if I made a mistake, yes?
Mhm.
This low is very
Mhm.
similar meaning.
Mhm.
Okay? So I will try to speak in a good way. Okay? But
Mhm.
forgive me if I make a mistake.
Mm.
Okay? I'll go through the rest of it, but we don't have to
نعم.
memorize this today. Okay? So this is
Yes.
basically to say arju. Has anyone heard this word before? Arju.
Mhm.
It means like to hope. And تصحح. What does تصحح mean? We have it here. فصححني.
صحيحني.
Yes,
Correct me.
فصححني. Yes, correct me. So أرجو, I hope أن تصحح. I hope that you correct أخطائي, my mistakes. عندما
Mhm.
أخطئ, when I make a mistake.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, any
Oh,
questions about that?
no.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. You have a question? Sorry.
I think he's
Is it
lagging.
mine? Is it
No,
him or is it my internet?
not a question, but just a
No, I think he's
clarification. You
lagging.
said it's going to be an no?
Wait, can you say that again, please?
Uh, yes. I was just confirming that the first word is an alif. So how will it looks like a lamb on my end.
This.
Yes. No, no,
No,
the
this is a
next one
hamza.
in the middle.
سأح. Oh yes, you're right. Very good.
Yeah.
سأحاول. Good. Cool. So have you got any questions about this?
No.
Very good. Okay. So we know how to say this is just another way. I'm gonna add some more of these. Obviously, you don't have to memorize this whole thing. But I'm just adding some new words there for us to like think about. But we want to be able to say like some more phrases, inshallah. Even if you don't know how to translate it, but you just kind of memorize it, like how Brother Habib has memorized this, right?
Mm.
Cool. Okay, so you know how to say we know how to say this. Okay, how do you say? Can you read over this actually?
Mhm.
Abdullah in Toronto, can you read this? These words.
شمالي جنوبي شرقي غربي and
غربي.
وسطي.
Okay, so this is north, south, east, west, and the middle. Okay, so if you're practicing this, can you ask this question now, please? And then I want you to answer with also this section below. So Habib, can you ask the question, please?
من أي قارة أنت؟
أنا من قارة إفريقيا. آه، إفريقيا شرقي.
No, you just say okay. So just say for this for now. أنا من قارة إفريقيا. Okay,
أنا من قارة إفريقيا.
and then you're going to say أسكن في.
أسكن في شرق شرقي. You said it doesn't take the lam,
If
so
you
we
want to
can't
say
say
the, go ahead.
it can be شرق القارة.
Yes, that's if
Mhm.
you want to say the
Mhm.
east of the continent. But if you want to say the
Mhm.
east of the continent of Africa, then
Mhm.
you would remove this from here. You'd say
Mhm.
like أسكن في شرق قارة إفريقيا,
Mhm.
because you're saying of and of. You're saying the east
Mhm.
of the continent of
Mhm.
Africa.
Mhm.
Okay. يا حبيب هل تسكن في الشمال؟ أم في الجنوب أم في الشرق أم في الغرب؟ هل إنجلترا في شمال أوروبا أو في جنوب أوروبا أو شرق أوروبا أو غرب أوروبا
أ-
أم في
أ-
الوسط؟
أسكن في شمال غرب آه، قارة أوروبا.
ما شاء الله. Okay, بسم الله.
And yeah, I checked that with ChatGPT. Is actually northwest of
Okay,
Europe.
ما شاء الله. I don't think that England is part of the Europe. I don't think that Europe is even a continent technically. Like if you look at the world map, it doesn't. The continents make sense when they are split into their land masses, right? Europe
Mm.
is not its own continent, so it doesn't. I don't think it's really a continent, really.
Yeah, something doesn't add up. Mm.
Anyway, Bismillah, can you ask this question, please?
ومن أي بلد أنت؟
أنا من بلد كينيا. ومن أي بلد أنت؟
أنا من بلد بنغلاديش.
You should, if you can, just say like Anakini at the. But you wouldn't just randomly say then after the comment, as you've just said, which country are you from and which country are you from? If you've answered that question, you've kind of finished that now, right? You wouldn't just randomly be like, oh yeah, I'm English. If you wanted to say I'm English, then you could say I'm from the country of England. I'm English. You know. Anyway. Okay, Bismillah. Habib.
آه، هل بلدك كبير أم صغير؟
بلدي متوسط. وهل بلدك كبير أم صغير؟
بلدي صغير.
Mashallah. I know that we're going over this many times, but I want you to have gone over this so many times that you can say it with your eyes closed in your sleep. You can just, when you meet someone for the first time, you're going to be focusing a lot more on their responses. Because when you're having a conversation, you're not just only thinking about what you're going to say, right? You're trying to extract information from that person. So this basically, you need to know how to say it, but we need to have practiced this so much that you can. It seems like you're a fluent speaker when you say it. So I know that we're going to go over this many times, but I think in every single lesson you need to be able to just go over this conversation. Who am I? Where am I from? You know what my name is. How old am I? How many kids I have? Am I married or not? What my job is? What my hobbies are? Like all these kind of things. We want to be able to basically not stutter. You want to come across as if you're basically fluent in saying this stuff. Okay. And Abdullah in Toronto, you're gonna have a turn soon. Don't worry. Okay, Habib.
ومن أي مدينة أنت؟
أنا من مدينة نيروبي. ومن أي مدينة أنت؟
أنا من مدينة لوتون.
Mashallah, you say min ayyi madinatin. Okay. You only say ana min madinati. This is only going to become T if the next word, if you in English, you would basically put the word of. Okay, but you wouldn't say, like, and from which city of you. That's not what we're saying here. We're just saying which city. Does that make sense, Habib?
Yeah.
So that's why we're saying Medinatin. Here, there's the word of in between here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Okay. Bismillah.
كم عمرك يا أخي؟
عمري 22 عاما. وكم عمرك يا أخي؟
عمري خمسة وأربعون عاما.
MashaAllah. Cool. We're going to skip this for now for the sake of time. We'll come back to it, inshallah. I want to add Ya Abdullah Min Toronto. Can you practice? Let's see who's having turns here. So Habib and Abdullah, and then after that, it's going to be Abdullah and Abdullah. Okay, so does anyone have an idea what this means? Have I just added something new, some new piece of information?
أنا عارب.
أنا
عارب.
عازب single.
Yes. So just I want you to add this when if someone says هل أنت متزوج, you say لا لست متزوجا أنا عازب.
Mhm.
You wouldn't have to say this whole thing. You could just say لا أنا عازب.
Mhm.
Okay? But I just want you to say the whole thing so you practice saying all these words. Cool?
Mhm.
Okay.
نعم.
Bismillah.
هل
Abdullah من
أنت
Toronto, please.
متزوج؟
No, Abdullah's going to start, inshallah. Doesn't matter.
لا لست متزوجا أنا عازب. هل أنت متزوج؟
نعم أنا متزوج.
Inshallah. Okay. Can you ask these questions? You can't ask Abdullah in Toronto these questions, right?
نعم.
ما اسم زوجتك؟
اسمها رحلة.
من أين هي؟
آه،
Amana. من أين هي?
من أين هي؟
This is new.
Yeah, from where is she?
Yeah.
هي من بنغلاديش.
Can you ask this question, please?
ما جنسيتك؟ ما
جنسية.
جنسيتك؟
Does anyone know what jinsiyatun means?
جنسي.
National.
Nationality. Yes. So ما جنسيتها. And then you just answer by saying jinsiyatuha.
جنسيتها بريطانيا.
إنجليزية.
إنجليزية.
نعم. وما أصلها. Does anyone know what this means?
لا.
So where's she from?
Mhm.
And what is her nationality? Yes. And what is her origin? Meaning, like, what is her where is she originally from? Well, like, what's her her family tree? So obviously, you're
ethnicity.
saying here, I mean, Bangladesh.
Mm,
ولكن ما جنسيتها هي إنجليزية.
mm.
نعم. وما أصلها. So then you just say أصلها
أصلها
بنغالية.
بنغلاديش.
بنغالية.
بنغالي.
بنغالية.
بنغالية.
نعم. Does that make sense to you
نعم.
guys? So I'm adding this because I want you to also be able to say this about yourself, but we also want to speak about different people. So we're going to ask about, like, so are you able to do this? We'll ask about parents in a second. When we ask about parents, then we're going to have the same type of questions. Okay. Okay.
نعم.
Continue, please.
هل لديك أولاد؟
Who's this now? Is it me?
Yes.
نعم لدي أولاد. هل لديك أولاد؟
لا ليس لدي أولاد بعد.
بعد. ما معنى بعد؟
Right now?
Or yet.
Yes.
Yet.
Oh yeah okay.
Okay. Bismillah. كم؟
كم ولدا لديك؟
لدي 3 أولاد.
ثلاثة.
3 أولاد.
It's a bit confusing between 3 and 10. The number is going to be the opposite gender to the thing you're counting. Okay. So this is having the feminine ta. Okay. Can you ask this question, please? Abdullah?
ما
ما
اسمه ما اسمه أولادك؟
آه،
You can just say asma'uhum and then just say
أسماءهم سيف وموسى وعائشة.
Inshallah. Okay. This is if we'll go over this in the future, inshallah. This is if we'll probably go over this tomorrow if you guys attend the lesson. But this would be like, how would you say, like, my older son is called this, my younger son is called this, my daughter is called this. We'll go over that, inshallah. Okay. And we'll go over ages because that's going to be a bit confusing for now. Okay. Can you ask this question, please, Abdullah?
مع من تعيش؟
أعيش مع أسرتي.
Wait, hold on a sec. Yes. Can you ask the same question, please?
مع من تعيش.
أعيش مع أسرتي.
What does أعيش وحدي mean?
I live on my own.
Yes. Good. Okay, Bismillah. Can I ask the question, please?
هل لديك إخوة؟
لديك إخوة؟ نعم لدي أخ وأخت.
What does that mean?
No, I haven't got a sister. So نعم لدي أخ ليس أخت.
أخ واحد. واحد. أو أخوان.
أخوان. So نعم
أخوان.
لدي. No. لا. I've got 4 brothers.
So أربعة
أربعة
إخوة.
إخوة. نعم
إخوة.
لديك أخوات. لدي.
Okay, I'll add it here. So لدي, what does that mean? نعم لدي, what does that mean?
Yes, I have.
Yes. لدي أربعة
أخ.
You want to say the plural. 3 to 10.
Yeah.
You're going to use the plural, okay? And it's going to be
إخوات.
like this.
إخوة. إخوة.
Yes.
شكرا.
Okay, so this is yours. So you don't, as much as like it's good to know the rules between 3 and 10 and all that kind of stuff, it's better that you just memorize this. If you meet someone, they may ask you how many do you have brothers and sisters, right? So you just want to say نعم لدي أربعة إخوة.
No.
Okay? But how would you say I don't have, and I don't have any sisters? Because remember how we talked about here, where this is meaning brothers and sisters here, right? Even though this is the plural for brothers. Remember when you asked that question last week? Habib.
Yes.
Okay, so this means either brothers or brothers and sisters. Here it's talking here meaning siblings.
Right.
So if you then said they said, okay, هل لديك إخوة? It could be meant, do you have brothers or do you have siblings? So if you said نعم لدي أربعة إخوة, it could mean yes, I have 4 siblings. So if you wanted to clarify and this to mean brothers, then you'd probably say like, yes, I have 4 brothers, but I don't have any sisters.
So how would you say I don't have? Was it be lust? I don't lust.
Oh.
Lust.
Anybody? How do you say I don't have any sisters? It's actually here.
Yeah.
Oh, ليس لدي أختي. Sister. No. إخوات.
أخوات. This is specifically women now. Sisters, 3 or more sisters, yeah? So I would say that your best response would say نعم لدي أربعة إخوة وليس لدي أخوات.
فهمت.
Yes, I have 4 brothers and I don't have any sisters. This would be like the clearest way for you to say it. Okay. Can you ask the question, please? So I know, as I said, I want you to know how to say this in terms of like, I want you to be able to construct this sentence yourself. But for now, at the same time, I just want you to memorize your answer. That will help you when it comes to practicing. You're not trying to like figure out the answer. You just kind of memorize
Say
it
it.
and say it. Okay, because
Mhm.
when it comes to all other answers, you need to know how to construct them. But for your answer, you know, you don't necessarily need to know how to say it. You just need to know that what you're saying is right, and know what it means, right? Sorry, could you
Mm.
ask the same question, please, Habib?
هل لديك إخوة؟
نعم لدي 3 إخوان إخوات
إخوة إخوة. That's how you translate.
وإخوة. نعم.
ثلاثة إخوة.
نعم لدي 3 إخوة.
I know that this seems feminine, but it's not feminine. Okay, so yeah, okay, go on.
و I forgot how to say
Yeah.
2 sisters. وأخو.
Okay, anybody?
آه،
Would it be أختان?
نعم. نعم.
Yes, وأختان. Okay.
So نعم لدي 4 إخوة.
ثلاثة.
أو لدي 4 إخوة
You
وأختان.
said that you have 3 though, right?
نعم 3 إخوة وأختان.
أختان. How do I say 2 brothers?
إخوتان.
Anybody?
أخوان.
إخوتين.
It was actually confusing. أخوان.
أخوان.
This is 2 brothers.
Mhm.
And we said that
Mhm.
إخوة is also brothers. We also said
Mhm.
that إخوان
Mhm.
is also brothers. Okay, so
2
it is
brothers.
confusing, okay? That's why I want you guys to memorize your answer, because it is confusing. Like إخوة seems feminine, but it's plural for brothers. And أخوات
Mhm.
seems very similar to إخوة. And أخواني seems very similar to إخوان. Okay,
نعم.
cool. I think okay, Abdullah in Toronto and Abdullah in Kenya, please. See if we have any more. Okay, ask. Okay, what does this mean here? I have to add the harakat.
ماذا؟ Would it be what?
Anybody?
What is that? What does that last word? إياك?
Hmm?
أبيك.
أبيك.
No,
بيك.
Abika.
أبيك.
Does anyone know what that means?
ماذا أنا بك؟
Does anyone know what Abika means?
Would it be
لا
your
أعرف.
father?
Sorry?
Would it be your father?
Yes. Okay, listen. This is a special type of word, okay? You have abun,
Mhm.
okay? For some reason, I think there's like 5 words that act like this, and akhun is the
Mhm.
same. Okay? If you want to say, like for example, your father, you don't say abuka.
Mhm.
What would you say? Does anybody know?
أبوه.
أبيك.
No. You're gonna when there's a dhamma here, grammatically, you put a wow like this. You
Mhm.
say abuka, okay? And you don't say abaka, you say abaka.
Mhm.
And you don't say abika, you say abika. That's just the way this is pronounced. The same thing with akhun, okay? So if you were doing some of the transcribing, like I don't know, in the most recent one, we had something like حوار بين علي علي وأخيه أخيه. So again, like you say, if you want to say your brother, you don't say أخوك, you say أخوك. Okay, how would you say if this has a fatha? How would you say, Abdullah?
Baka.
You don't say أخوك. How would you say this word? It's the
You're
same as
asking,
this, just it's the
sorry, you're
same as
saying how to
this.
pronounce that?
Yes.
Aqaka.
Yes, like this. Okay? And it would be the same here if it was majroor. So this would become أخيك. Does anyone? I know that's maybe a bit confusing. Does anyone have any questions on that? So abun and akhun. If you want to attach a pronoun to it, like your or he, then you either have to, if it has a dhamma, you add a waw. So abuka, akhuka. If it should have a fatha, then it will be abaka or akhaka. If it has a kasra here, then it will be akhika or abika. Okay, you don't have to remember that, but when we're saying here, so what does this then mean? Anybody? What does ماذا mean? Does anybody know?
What's that?
ماذا عن? What about?
What about?
Okay, so this would probably be more like this. Can anyone translate this now?
Whereabouts is your father?
So ماذا عن? What about?
What about?
أبيك. What about your father?
What about your father?
ما اسمه?
What's his name?
ما اسمه?
Who?
Okay, then you're
Masmuhu.
going to respond with اسمه. Yes? Okay, what is this? Does anyone have a guess what this means?
And how old is he?
And how?
Yeah. وكم عمره? Okay, let's leave the numbers one for now. Let's just ask these questions, okay? 1 second. And this question, what is this question?
Where was he born?
You're saying huwa. So walidta means you. Where were you born? If you just want to say he, you'd say aina wulida. Aina wulida. Okay, how do you, if you're talking about a mother, do you know how to say, how do you make this into where was she born? Anyone know?
Maybe you just put a kasra. Walid.
Oh no. So it's
Has a yeah.
li. Okay, let's. If you say walid tu, what does it mean?
You. Where were
Where were
you
you
born?
born?
I was born. Walid tu. This is I.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So on the past tense verb, if we put this ta like this with a dhamma, it means I. So dhahab tu, I went. Kharaj tu, I exited. Akal tu, I ate. Sharib tu, I drank. Walid tu, I was born. Okay. If we put a fatha, it means you, past tense. Okay. Dhahabta, you went. Kharajta, you exited. Dakhalta, you entered. Sallayta, you prayed. Okay. Wulidta, you were born. Okay. If we wanted to say her, again, we can go over this. You don't have to memorize it. I'm not expecting you to know it. Okay, but we're gonna go over grammar just as we are having lessons, and we'll go over as many times as we need to. So wulidat is how you say she was born. How do you say she went, Abdullah in Kenya?
ذهبت.
ذهبت. How do you say she went out, Abdullah, in Toronto? Okay, the verb is kharaja. Kharaja.
خرجت.
Okay, what about Habib? Okay, how do you say she ate? The verb is akala.
Akalat.
Yes. How do you say she drank? Shariba.
Sharibat.
شربت.
Yes, sharibat. Okay, that's how it's going to work. So, Aina Wulida means where was he born? Okay.
Mhm.
So I wrote this on the phone when I was like doing something. So okay, wama asluhu. Anyone remember what aslu means?
His origin.
Yes. Okay. Why would we have like a, for example, why would we say this? Why would you ask where was he born and what are his origins? Why would you? Shouldn't they be the same thing?
No.
Why not?
You could
Could
be
be
born in
born.
any country.
Yeah.
Exactly. The reason I'm asking that is because people are confused. If I say that I was born in Zimbabwe, then people are confused. Like
Mhm.
they're just like, why? Okay, why are you not black then? I'm like, because.
Mhm.
But then generally, the type of person who asked me that was someone who is like from Bangladesh and they were born in England. So it's the same thing. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
well, you were born here. Why are you not white? Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay, so we're gonna ask him. Okay, so وَمَاذَا عَنْ أَبِيكَ? What about your father? You wouldn't just randomly say that. Okay. Assalamu
Mhm.
alaikum, Abdul Haq. Somebody new. We've not met him before. Okay. Anyway, you wouldn't say what. You wouldn't just randomly say what about your father. You'd only say this if you were in the middle of a conversation, right? You're asking the
Mhm.
person, okay, what about your brothers and what about your sisters and what's your wife's name? Okay, what about your dad? What's his name? Okay, you would only say it like that. Okay, you wouldn't just randomly be like, Assalamu alaikum, كيف حالك, ماذا عن أبيك, ما اسمه. I mean, that would be kind of weird. You guys understand that, right?
Yeah.
No.
This is more like, okay, you're already mid conversation. You're asking about this thing, and I just want to add a new way of
Mhm.
asking. And what about your father? What is his name? And you're going to say ismuhu, okay? And then how
No.
would you say he was born? How do you say he was born in Kenya?
ولد في
ولد في.
كينيا.
Yeah. Okay. How do you say his origins are Kenyan?
أصله
Yeah.
كينيون.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys understand the game that we're playing here now? Does anyone have any questions about this?
Mm.
I know that we're
Yes,
advancing.
you're going
Sorry,
to
go on. Go
yeah,
ahead.
you're gonna have to put the un at the end of the word, like the way I say, for example, أنا كينيون.
Yes. So your
Mhm.
nationality and your origins, you'll say it the same way. So if you say
Okay.
English, then you'll say, oh, his origins are English. If you say I'm Kenyan, then you say like his origins are Kenyan
Mhm.
or African,
Mhm.
or I'm African,
Mhm.
my origins are African, but I was born in England, for
Mhm.
example. Make sense?
Mhm. No.
Cool. We're gonna go over this. I don't know how much time we're gonna do with the game stuff today because I wanted to add
Mhm.
some more details and have some more like role play based stuff today. But obviously, we're having now, inshallah, at least 3 lessons a week. But I'm planning to make it 5. I know that this is a lot. Okay, so
Mhm.
as I said, the standard way of us learning language is just to not even look at speaking, and it's just to go straight to like grammar
Mhm.
rules and not speak at all. That's the standard way that you do it in
Mhm.
university and all that kind of stuff, right?
Mhm.
But what I want to do is I just want us to get as much exposure to the language as possible, more of the way that a child learns. So when we're starting the
Mm.
lesson, I'm going to ask you questions. You're not going to know the meaning of what I'm saying. Okay, but if I ask you the
Mhm.
same question, every single day, 5 times a week for the next 6 months, you will eventually figure it out, right? So
نعم.
you don't have to memorize this all in one go. We're making the script and we're going to go over it as many times as we need to. Okay?
نعم.
Okay. Can you let's see who's next. Bismillah. Okay. So the two Abdullahs, please. Abdullah in
مم.
Kenya, please can you ask this question? So you're going to ask this
ماذا
whole thing. Sorry, you're going to ask this whole thing and then the other person's going to ask you.
مهم. ماذا عن أبيك؟ ما اسمه؟
اسمه محمد.
أين ولد؟
آه، ولد في صوماليا.
وما أصله؟
You don't know what to
أس
say, just say the country and then put yun at the end of it.
مهم.
he'll be أصله Canadian, I think.
His origins,
Oh, origin.
like his
أصله
ancestry.
أصله Somalian.
Yes. I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't actually know how to say it.
Sounds
Okay,
weird.
so let's that's probably what it is. Let's add this. What does it mean, Habib? Ma jinsiyatuhu?
What is your jinsia? Is your nationality, right?
Yes.
نعم.
Okay, so we're gonna add this then. Okay, you're just gonna respond by saying jinsiyatuhu. So in this case, you're saying Abdullah min Toronto. You're saying
مهم.
jinsiyatuhu Canadian. Naam.
نعم
And then
نعم.
وأين ولد وما أصله. Okay. And then we want to be able to translate this to say my name. So like my, his, and hers. Does that make sense?
مهم.
Because here you're
نعم.
saying like, yeah, okay. So can you ask the questions back, please?
ماذا عن أبيك؟ ما اسمه؟
اسمه إلايجا.
وما جنسيته؟
جنسيته كيني.
أين ولد؟
ولد في كينيا.
وما أصله؟
أصله كيني.
Yes. So it's Somaliyun. Yeah, by the way. Okay. Habib and Abdullah, please. Okay, I want everyone to have a turn asking the questions first. So
Mhm.
Habib, can you ask the questions first? Abdullah, in Kenya, right?
Yeah. ماذا عن أبيك؟ ما اسمه؟
اسمه إلايجا.
ما جنسيتي؟ ما جنسيته؟
Who?
جنس.
This is his, yeah?
ما
مهم.
This word right
جنسية
here.
yeah.
Okay.
ما جنسيته؟
جنسيته كيني.
أين أين ولد؟ أين ولد؟
ولد ولد في كينيا.
وما أصله؟
Sluhu.
وما أصله؟
أصله في أصله كيني.
Yes. Okay, can you ask the questions now? Back to Habib.
ماذا عن أبيك؟ ما اسمه؟
اسمه توزب.
ما جنسيته؟
جنسيته إنجليزي.
أين ولد؟
ولد في بنغلاديش.
وما أصله؟
أصله بنغالي.
Okay, let's ask. I'm gonna keep it as like okay, anyone know what this means? This question here. So it should be like this.
Where does he live?
Yes. Okay, so I want you to say, where does he live? أين يعيش?
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna do an experiment here. Okay, I want you guys. Has everyone had a turn doing this?
Mhm.
I want you to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not gonna change the script, and I want you to
Mhm.
ask about the mother. So
Mhm.
let's just talk about that. How would you say, what about your mother?
Mhm.
How would you say that?
ماذا
ماذا؟
عن أبيك؟
لا لا لا.
أمي.
Wait, who are you saying? So Abdullah in Kenya, you're lagging, and Abdullah is just saying, in Toronto, just saying la la la. So I don't know what's going on.
No, I said, look, he said Ubuki.
Okay, how do you say, what about your mother? Okay, everybody try. Okay, Abdullah in Kenya, you try. What's your guess?
ماذا عن ماذا عن أميك؟
Okay, Abdullah in Toronto.
أمك.
Okay, but you have, and Habib?
ماذا عن أمك؟
Okay, so you're all kind of right. So, okay, when we say abika, abaka, abuka, this is nothing, this is only for 5 words. Okay, 2 of them are akhun and abun. So, akhuka, akhaka, akhika, abuka, abaka, abika. Ummun is not one of those words. So you just say ماذا عن أمك أمك. So Habib and Abdullah, you were like a mixture of right. So Abdullah in Toronto, you said ماذا عن أمك. That's what you said, right?
أمك.
Okay, when you have عن, this will make the next word take a be majroor. So it will be عن أمك. Now, Habib, do we say أمك or أمك?
أمك.
When would you say أمك? Anybody know?
When you're
I
addressing
think
a female,
Yes.
when it's a woman.
So,
Yeah.
so if you're speaking to a male, then what would you say?
Would it be أمك then?
Yes.
أم.
ماذا عن أمك?
Right.
Correct. ماذا عن أمك? Just one second. Okay. Okay. So now we're saying
What would you
ماذا.
do if you're addressing a brother and a sister at the same time?
A good question. Anybody know the answer?
أمكم.
So أمكم is 3 or more people.
أو أمكما.
Yes. أمكما. So it's going to be أمكما. Okay. Does that answer your question, Habib?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So it'll be like this. How do you say your house if you're speaking to 2 people?
بيتنا.
Or you're speaking to 2 people. Like you just said,
Wait,
your mother, right?
Beitukuma.
Exactly correct. Okay, how do you say your flat? You're speaking to two people.
Shakatuka.
Shakotuka is your flat. You're speaking to one person. It's a male.
Shakatukuma.
Yeah, you just add this to it, right?
Yeah, Shakak.
So this is ummu kuma. Okay. This is it doesn't matter if you're speaking to two women or two men or a man and a woman in this case. Okay. Okay, so we know how to say ماذا عن أمك. Obviously, if you're speaking to a woman, then you'd say ماذا عن أمك, right? But here we're speaking to a man. How would you say what is her name?
Masmuha.
Masmuha.
Masmuha. And how would you answer the question?
Ismuha.
Ismuha.
Ismuha. How do you say where does she live? Second. Anybody? So this is a present tense verb now. You know how we talked before when we said wulida, we said wulidtu. I was born. Wulidta, you were born. Wulida, he was born. Wulidat, she was born. Okay? This is past tense now. It's different now. So now this ya he means where does he live? How do you say where does she live?
Aishu.
No, I'm not gonna write it. I am gonna write it, but you guys, yeah. Second. Okay, who can translate these words? So what does Aishu mean?
I
What
live.
does this one mean? I live. How do you say we live? Anybody? It's not written there.
Would it be Naishu?
Yes. Okay, what does Ta'ishu mean?
Where do you live?
You will.
Okay, what does this mean?
Where does where do they live? What is, I can't remember if it's one woman or two women.
This is anti. So this is where do I live? Where do we live? Yes. Where do you live? Speaking to a man. This is where do you live? Speaking to a woman. Okay. Ya'ishu, what does that mean?
Where does he live? He lives.
Yes. Where does he live?
Yaishu.
Okay. So now we've got I, we, you speaking to a woman, and he. Does anyone remember how we say where does she live? It's one of these. Even though so there's a duplicate. You say one of these to also mean she. Even though this means
Taishu.
yes, this one. Do you remember how we talked about this in a previous lesson? So we said
Yeah.
I live, we live, you live, or she lives. It depends. It depends on the context of what you're saying. Okay? So then how would we clarify this? Because if you said, well, what about your mother? What's her name? Yes. And then the person says, oh, her name is this. And then you just said, Aina Ta'ishu. What could that mean?
Yeah, I'll say go based off context. So you're obviously asking
In this
about
context, it may not be clear, right? Because you might actually be asking, you might have actually switched the person now. You actually just want to ask the person where they live. So maybe you actually mean where do you live? Or maybe you mean where does she live? So how would we clarify that? It's easy. You just add the detached pronoun. What would this now? This is clear. What does this mean?
أين تعيش
Aina
أنت؟
Taishu Anta means where do you live as addressing a male.
Yeah, and you could even put the word here.
Mhm.
أين أنت تعيش? This would be 100% clear now. There's no ambiguity here, right? But if you then said this, then the sentence is also clear in its meaning.
Mhm.
Agree?
Mm.
Yeah.
So this word here, تذهب, you
Mhm.
went. تذهب, she went. Okay, when we
Mhm.
say he or she, it means that they're not with you. Yeah, and you're not addressing them. You know this. So when we say you went, we mean like you're speaking directly to someone. But if you say تعيش, she lives, means that you're talking about a third person. You're not directly speaking to them.
Mhm.
If you're speaking to the woman, you say تعيشين or تذهبين or تأكلين. Does this make sense, or do you want me to clarify that for you guys?
Makes sense.
Habib,
Yeah.
Abdullah in Toronto.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I mean, like in reality, it doesn't make sense, but this is how we're making it make sense. Okay. They have so many different beginnings to the words "aishu," "naishu," "ta'ishu." You know, I don't know why they couldn't have just put a different pronoun here or just change the
Mm.
word, but that's just the way it is. So the best thing to do is clarify so that the person is not confused.
Mm.
Okay, obviously, if it's from context, you don't need to clarify. But if you want to make it very clear, if you said "Aina anta ta'ishu," you would not think that means where does she live. And if you said
Mhm.
"Aina hiya ta'ishu," then it would be very clear what that means. Agree?
Yeah, agreed, yeah.
No.
Okay, cool. So I want you guys to ask about the mother now. How do you say where was she born? That's
إن ولدت
good. Okay. So who's gonna start? Let's see. Okay, Habib and Abdullah. لو سمحت. Okay, so Habib, you start. You're gonna try and ask now using these prompts. You're gonna try and ask about the mother now,
Right.
even though this is
ماذا
all him. Yeah, go on.
ماذا عن أمك ما اسمها
اسمها
It was me, right?
كارولين. Oh, go ahead.
Hold.
Just Abdullah in Kenya. You can go, and then we'll swap it.
اسمها كارولين.
أين تعيش
تعيش تعيش في كينيا.
ما جنسيتها
جنسيتها كيني.
Then you have to make it feminine. So you just say yatun instead of yun. You just say yatun. So إنجليزية. نعم.
كينية.
كينية. Yes. You probably say كينية, but obviously we're going to say كينية. Okay.
أين ولد ولد
You say it.
ولدت
ولدت.
ولدت في ولدت
آه
في كينيا.
Okay. If you were confused by this question, Abdullah, how would you clarify? So if I said, okay, ماذا عن أمك? Don't forget, we're not saying أميك. Those are only for certain words. There's only 5 words, okay? So ماذا عن أمك? ما اسمها? Then you say اسمها and you respond. And then I say أين تعيش? And we've not already talked about where you live. So I could actually be asking, now actually be asking where you live. How would you clarify that? If you were confused as to like what I mean, do I mean you or do I mean her?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Solomon Toronto?
Issue.
Okay, go on.
Issue. Mhm.
Hi, Abdullah in Toronto.
Make it more clear, you would add here.
No, I'm saying,
Here.
how would you ask the person to clarify? How would you ask for clarification? If they said to you, Aina ta'ishu, and you were now unsure about who they're talking about, how could you clarify? You could do it in different ways, but how would you? Okay, I'll give you an English prompt. You either say like me or her, or me
Mhm.
or my mom.
أنا أعيش أنت تعيش.
Yeah, you don't have to say ta'ishu. You can just say ana or hiya. Ana
Mhm.
or hiya.
أنا
Oh,
هي.
ana or
Mhm.
ummi.
Mhm. أنا
Okay?
أمي. نعم.
That's just the easiest way to say it. Does that make sense? You just ana or ummi. You're gonna ask like, oh,
Mhm.
me or my mom. That's how you do it in English
Mhm.
as well. Like, oh, where do they live? You say if it was a similar thing like
Mhm.
where do you live, and it was the same
Mhm.
where does she live, then you would just be like, oh, me or my
Mhm.
mom.
Mhm.
And then I'll just turn around and say, Aina here, Taisha.
Yeah,
Taishu.
you just say here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or aina here
Mhm.
ta'ishu.
Mhm.
Does that clarify
Mhm.
that good for you guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
نعم.
Okay. Okay. So now Abdullah min Toronto and Habib, please. So Habib, wait, hold on. Who's just had a go?
Um,
Both of us.
Someone's getting a lot of double turns, but I can't really do much about that.
Mhm.
Okay, Abdullah min Toronto and Habib. Abdullah min Toronto, can you start, please?
ماذا عن أمك؟ ما اسمها؟
اسمها ملايكة.
أين تعيش؟
تعيش تعيش واتفورد.
وما جنسيتها؟
جنسيتها بنغالي.
You say yatun instead of yun. Yatun.
بنغالية.
And ghaliyatun. Yes.
بنغالية.
Cool.
أين ولدت؟
Wulidat.
أين ولدت؟
ولدت في بنغلاديش.
Okay. Can you ask the questions back, please?
ماذا عن أمك؟
Ummika.
أمك ما اسمها؟
اسمها جواهر.
أين تعيش؟
آه، يعيش يعيش من تورونتو. لا
Fi. Fi.
يعيش في تورونتو.
ما جنسيتها؟
Sorry, this is a kasra.
ما جنسيتها؟
Jin.
جن.
Yeah.
جنسيتها صوم صوماليا.
You say yatun.
صوماليا I
So
don't
like
see it.
Somaliyatun. That's it.
Somaliyatun.
أين ولد
Wulidat.
ولدت
ولدت في Somalia.
Mashallah. Cool. So both of you have done the same thing. So basically, Abdullah, you said Aina ta'ishu, and then Habib responded with Aishu fi Watford. So what does that mean? If you said Aina ta'ishu, it could mean you or her. So he said
Mhm.
Aishu, which means I live. I don't know if you meant to
Okay.
say that, Habib, but you said Aishu fi Watford. So you've
Mhm.
actually answered the correct question. He asked where do you live, and you said I live. But if that's not what you meant, I assume you were supposed to be talking about his mom. So you were supposed to say Aina Taishu, where does she live? And then you're supposed to respond Taishu fi Watford, for example. So that's why
Mhm.
when it comes to talking about her in the present tense verb, like live, where does she live? Not where did she live, where does she live? Yeah. It's better to put the pronoun. Okay.
Mm.
Mhm.
So in this case, it would make sense for you to write Aina hiya ta'ishu.
Mhm.
You don't have to, but the reason we're talking about this because it is confusing. But it won't
Yeah.
be confusing if you make it because you both got like he actually asked either he meant where do you live or where does she live, but you answered I live, which technically
Mm.
would be correct. So it would be better for you to say Aina anta ta'ishu or Aina hiya ta'ishu. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah.
We don't have to do that if we're just talking to the person, like, oh, what's your name? Where are you from? Oh, where do you live? You don't always have
Mm.
to say answer in that context because there's no like third person that we're talking about who is a female. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Yeah.
Have you guys got any questions on that?
No.
Cool. So we're gonna have the lesson tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock tomorrow as well, inshallah. If you want to join us, inshallah, we'll do some stuff where
Mhm.
we play in the game world and things like that. But yeah, I wanted to add some more phrases and stuff like that. And I want us to also pick up some phrases where we say like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm confused. I didn't understand what you said. Please, may you clarify?" You know, that kind of thing. So we're going to start adding
Mhm.
those too. But you guys
Mhm.
don't have to wait till this lesson to learn how to
Mhm.
speak about yourself. Think about the things that you would want to talk about. You can go on ChatGPT or whatever, or you can ask me, on message me, and I'll help you. Think about this is just it's a very broad topic, but it's if you can make it specific, if you just want to think about, okay, if I go to an Arab country and someone was to ask me about myself, what kind of things would I want to be able to say? Yeah?
Mhm.
So that's your
Yeah.
homework. We don't have to follow the scripts. You can kind of think about
Mhm.
what you'd want to say. Okay?
Yeah.
Jazakallah khairan. Have you got any questions?
No, I think all of this is, building up to holding a Arabic conversation in a
Yeah, for sure.
sense.
100%.
Mhm.
Which is why it's a little bit uh it seems more complicated and less structured, but I think it will start to make sense because you are talking about yourself. Whereas if you, for example, you study like Arabic between your hands, that book, it's all like scripted conversations between two people, and it's nothing to
Mm.
do with
Mhm.
you. So
No.
although this is adding quite a lot more complexity in terms of like where are her origins and that type of stuff, um, because you're talking about yourself and you're going to repeat that in every single conversation for the next year, it will start to make sense over the next few months, inshallah. Cool.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, I'll see you hopefully tomorrow, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan.
Mhm.